Then you married again when you were 61, I think, right?
Yeah.
To actor Richard Lawson, and divorced after almost 10 years. And our friend Tyler Perry, in the book you talk about, told you something. What was that? He told you about that?
He just told me that I told him what happened, and he loves Richard also. And he was like, I'm very sad to hear that. And I said, but, you know, this marriage is not bringing out the best in me. And I have finally found my worth, and I know that I deserve to be happy. I know I deserve for somebody to be happy when they see me and to celebrate me. And it's not doing it for me. It's bringing out the worst in me.
The thing is that Richard is not a grudge holder. He's not, you know, he won't hold a grudge. I love that about him more than anything else. He probably holds a grudge. He probably does hold a grudge.
I don't.
But you never see it. So he can be so mad at you, and then he'll come and say, you want me to bring you something to eat? And it's so sweet. So he just gets over it, and he doesn't.
Things just got real between Miss Tina and Richard Lawson. Whatever she did to that man must have cut deep, because why is he suddenly co-signing Mathew Knowles? Mathew has been catching serious heat for dragging his ex-wife in recent interviews, but he is not apologizing for any of it. And now Richard is stepping in to suggest that maybe, just maybe, Mathew is telling the truth. According to Lawson, Tina Knowles was running the Kris Jenner playbook way before Kris Jenner ever hit the scene. Yeah, she helped build Beyoncé's throne, no doubt about that. But Richard is claiming that behind the glitz and the glam, Tina was stirring up way more drama than fans ever caught on to. So what exactly are they accusing her of? It all started when Mathew sat down for an interview with Pix11 back in January. The episode aired, end of story, or so he thought. But out of nowhere, a clip that was specifically cut from the final version got leaked. Mathew was blindsided because he personally asked them to remove that part before it went live. That means somebody behind the scenes held onto the footage, watched it back, realized how explosive it was, and decided to drop the bomb anyway. Chaos officially unleashed.
You guys put in the work, and obviously the talent was there with your kids and your grandkids.
What work did she put in?
In the hair.
Okay,
clothing,
yeah, you're absolutely right. And the styling.
The styling.
The imaging, you're right.
She claimed to have preyed on the name, and different aspects of that.
Sure, sure.
So, yeah. It's a joint effort.
We'll stop now.
Mathew immediately went into damage control mode and blamed everything on the interviewer, claiming that he never said and would never say anything disparaging about Tina.
What I said, and I'm actually quoting, what work did she put in? It was a question. Look, I don't do interviews, Carlos. I have conversations.
Yeah.
And I have the right, as you know, I'm a college professor. I didn't know what he meant by that. So I'm saying, calmly, what work did she put in? That was a question. I don't know how that became a comment, but it was a question. And then the gentleman went on to say her hair. Well, Tina did way more than just her hair. And if you look at the interview, I said her hair. No, she did the styling, built the image for Destiny's Child. When you agree that that's way more than just saying someone did the hair, people try to bait us all the time to be against each other. There was a complete misrepresentation here, and I'm evaluating all legal remedies at this.
Mathew scrambled to clean up the mess fast. He immediately pointed fingers at the interviewer, swearing up and down that he never threw shade at Tina. According to him, those words never left his mouth, and he would never disrespect the mother of his children like that. But before Mathew could even get his story straight, the internet had already picked a side. Social media lit up with folks clapping back at him and lifting Tina up like the queen she is. People started flooding the timeline with receipts. They reminded everybody how Tina was holding down the family with her hair salon while Mathew quit his corporate job to chase music dreams. And let's talk about those iconic outfits she stitched together for Destiny's Child when nobody else would even style them. That woman was more than just a mom backstage. She was part of the vision from day one. Fans even pointed out that Tina came up with the group's name and gave those young girls a sense of normalcy while they were navigating fame as teenagers. She kept it together when everything around them was chaos. And even with all that love pouring in, Tina still couldn't resist throwing a little shade of her own. In true classy fashion, she posted a video someone made celebrating her contributions to the group. No loud rant, no messy interview, just a quiet repost that said everything without saying a word. Honestly, Mathew deserved every bit of that smoke. This is the same man who cheated on her multiple times and had babies outside their marriage. For him to sit up there and downplay her role in building one of the biggest girl groups in history, that was never gonna slide. But Tina didn't stop there. She doubled down and dropped another video making it crystal clear. She doesn't care who denies her impact. She's gonna keep doing her thing, building her legacy, and staying unbothered on her throne.
What advice would you give women who are still discovering their power, even with men in their lives who may discredit that power and their contribution?
I have been through some tumultuous times in relationships, but one thing has been constant, that I keep it moving. No matter what is going on in your personal life, you have to work, you have to make a career for yourself, and if you have children, they have to be your first priority. So you just keep it moving, you keep doing you, and and everything will be fine.
Mathew was ready to let that first jab slide, but that second video, that hit different. He swears he didn't say anything disrespectful. So in his mind, Tina's clapbacks feel completely unnecessary. But here's where the story takes a wild turn. Word on the street is that while Tina absolutely helped build Destiny's Child into a powerhouse, there were moments when she allegedly became a problem behind the scenes. Sources claim Mathew actually had to step in multiple times and pull her back because her behavior was threatening the very empire they were trying to build. Now the gloves are really off.
Beyonce was 7 and her dance teacher put her in a talent show with bigger kids, like all the way up to high school. And I was like, that's not fair because she's only 7. And she went in and she was shy. And I mean, she got on that stage and commanded the stage. And my husband and I were like, who is that? Because the confidence came and the joy, I could see it. And so she felt so confident. She said, well, I just want to get my trophy. I'm hungry and I want to go home. And I'm like, you don't know if you won. Like, sit down and chill. But it was something that happened on that stage that I had never seen before. So I felt very confident.
And wait, hold up. While Mathew was out here cheating, word on the street is Tina was moving different too. Beyonce's former vocal coach spilled some serious tea in his book. He wrote, I soon discovered that although unhappily married, Celestine was not suffering all by herself. Going over to the main house to retrieve my keyboard one afternoon, I happened upon Celestine kissing a man. I recognized him immediately, Richard Lawson, a famous actor. The startled Celestine had no choice but to introduce me. Talk about awkward. She was supposed to be at her salon, but instead, she's locked lips with Richard Lawson inside her own home. The coach played it cool and extended his hand, telling Richard how much he admired his work. But that energy in the room was tense. Now look, people can say what they want about Tina, but there's one thing everybody sees crystal clear. The way she moves for Beyonce is unmatched. According to Mathew, Tina cares more about Beyonce's image than Beyonce cares about herself. He claims she lives vicariously through her daughter, and honestly, that explains why Tina stays ready to pounce on anybody who says anything less than perfect about Blue's mama. While Beyonce stays silent and lets the music speak, Tina is out front catching every stray bullet. By the time Tina realized her own moment had passed and saw that Beyonce could carry the torch, she reportedly poured every ounce of that energy into making sure her daughter shined, even if it left others feeling some type of way. As Destiny's Child started blowing up, sources claim Tina pushed hard for Beyonce to go blonde so she'd stand out from the rest. But that's not even the craziest part. The other girls were allegedly encouraged to tan darker so the contrast between them and Beyonce would be even more obvious. And guess who was reportedly pushing for those tanning sessions?
They had to tan a lot. Tan a lot because they wanted Beyonce to be the lightest one?
I mean, Michelle, I, and Kelly tanned sometimes, so.
Wow. And Beyonce wouldn't tan?
Not unless you're at a beach.
And the favoritism didn't stop with hair color. It showed up in every outfit too. The internet noticed that while the girls' looks were always coordinated, they weren't exactly identical. You could call it showcasing each member's individuality. But let's keep it real. Beyonce's outfit always ended up looking the best. With Miss Tina in charge of wardrobe, the bias toward her daughter was pretty hard to miss. That tension created major rifts inside the group. And honestly, that favoritism followed Beyonce all the way home and started affecting her relationship with Solange too. From day one, the preferential treatment created distance between the sisters. Don't get it twisted. If push comes to shove, Solange will always ride for Beyonce. She literally slapped the lights out of Jay-Z in that elevator over her sister. But over the years, something shifted. Sources say Solange started realizing that even as grown women, she was still getting treated like an afterthought in her own family. When Beyonce made history at the Grammys in 2023, fans quickly noticed Solange was nowhere in sight. She didn't show up to support, and the only thing she talked about online were her own upcoming projects. Then came the Renaissance album, the one with that sound that should have been right up Solange's alley. Insiders say it would have been the perfect chance for the sisters to finally collaborate, but Solange wasn't involved at all. Not one feature, not one credit. And did y'all catch that Beyonce thanked basically everybody in her acknowledgments except Solange? Beyonce is way too media trained to miss that detail, which means she made that decision on purpose. Word on the street is, Solange finally removed herself from the competition completely. She realized Tina was always gonna pick Beyonce, every single time, so why keep fighting? Richard Lawson is basically saying the same thing about his divorce from Tina. He couldn't keep up with the way she moved through the world and looked down on people either. Remember when Tina embarrassed Richard in front of everybody by announcing he wasn't the perfect man for her? Yeah, that energy followed her everywhere.
I envisioned the type of man I wanted. I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But, you know, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that that I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope, women.
Did y'all catch the look on that man's face? Pure disappointment and embarrassment written all over him. People flooded the comments saying, "I remember that interview. It was so disrespectful." Another person wrote, "She really humiliated him. If she could treat him like that in front of people, how does she speak to him when no one else is around?" Here's the thing that originally drew Richard to Tina, her hunger for stardom. As an actor himself, he understood that drive. But when they tied the knot in 2015 and Richard got a backstage pass to her real life, he saw something different. He watched how Tina had completely wrapped her entire identity around Beyonce's success. Throughout their relationship and marriage, Richard witnessed Tina constantly pushing Beyonce into situations just to grab some of that spotlight for herself. That fame she always wanted, she was determined to get it through her daughter. Remember when Beyonce was hopping from country to country, living her best hotel life after Jay-Z's cheating scandal broke? She had blue ivy and zero plans to come back. Would have stayed gone for good too if Tina hadn't stepped in. She actually pressured Beyonce to reconcile because that power couple image mattered more than her daughter's peace. Tina even wrote a whole love letter praising Jay-Z, the same man who dragged Beyonce through cheating rumors and those creepy Diddy connections everyone's whispering about. And then this wild blind item dropped claiming Beyonce is finally done with Tina and ready to escape. The source dished, "Industry insiders have been whispering about this for a while." If you're wondering why her bodyguard chased her at that big award show recently, it's because the singer has threatened to flee the country multiple times. She's done with the control, the pressure, and the handlers who make every decision for her. They're afraid she'll leave without notice, and they're right to be. The singer suffers from depression and has dark thoughts. Her team sees her as a danger to herself, but what they're really afraid of is losing their cash cow. They've kept her under control for years, but they won't be able to much longer. She's on the verge of rebelling. She's fed up with her mother's control. She's tired of her husband's influence. The source also claimed this desperation explains why Beyonce has been grinding non-stop lately, stacking as much money as she can before she makes her move. And speaking of moves, insiders allegedly spilled that most of Tina Knowles' awards were reportedly bought and paid for by Beyonce, just something her mother always wanted. Now look, buying awards isn't exactly shocking in this industry, but let's be real. Based on what Tina has actually done, does she really deserve all that hardware? Take March 2025 when Tina received Mother of the Year at Billboard's Women in Music event. Since when did that category even exist? And if the requirements are literally just birthing a star and helping build their career, then Billboard needs to roll out that same red carpet for Katherine Jackson. She gave birth to legends too. Nobody really talks about this though because Tina mastered the art of using Beyoncé as a human shield. Say anything valid about Tina, and the Bayhive attacks immediately. Coming for Tina is basically coming for Beyoncé, and people are finally catching on. Here's what folks are saying. What is Tina Knowles famous for? Oh wait, because she's Beyoncé's mom. Another person wrote, I've always thought they tried to make Kelly less pretty so Beyoncé could be the standout. Tina knew better than putting red hair and colored contacts on a chocolate girl. But what do you think about all this? Sound off in the comments and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.